How's it going, everybody? Welcome back. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to download and install apps on your GrapheneOS device. Now, if you need a little bit of help installing GrapheneOS on your Google Pixel device, I do have a step-by-step video that'll show you exactly how to do that and get you up and going with GrapheneOS. Now, with that said, there's a couple different ways that you can go about getting apps on your GrapheneOS, but I'm just going to focus on a couple of the basics and the ones that I actually use myself. So officially, there is an App Store icon on your GrapheneOS phone. So when you first log into GrapheneOS for the first time, you'll see 6 icons, a gallery icon, your phone, messaging, the web browser, camera, and an App Store icon. Now this App Store icon is basically what GrapheneOS supports out of the box, right? It's kind of the apps that they support directly, whether they develop them themselves or whether they do their own checks and balances to make sure that it's very compatible with GrapheneOS. And so what I want to do is just walk you through the process of installing, again, a couple of these apps to get you up and going with installing actual apps, okay? So we're going to go ahead and click the App Store icon on GrapheneOS, and you'll notice right away a whole bunch of apps. You have the App Store, which is quite literally the app that we're in now. You have an auditor, the camera app, right? Again, these are all GrapheneOS supported apps by Graphene themselves. And they support these apps and they certify these apps to make sure they run really, really well on your GrapheneOS. We're scrolling down here and you'll notice Google Play Store and Google Play Services, okay? Now this is actually a very well recommended and well supported way of getting apps on your GrapheneOS phone. Now you may be thinking, well, I don't want big tech snooping on me and all that kind of stuff. And that's fine. And that's kind of why GrapheneOS exists. It gives you the choice. You don't have to install Google Play Store if you don't want to. It really does depend on your context for your purposes for using GrapheneOS. You're going to have to make that choice, right? And determine for yourself how much you're willing to give for flexibility and convenience. So with that said, in order to install apps from Google Play Store, you got to install the Google Play Store app, and that's where this comes in. You just simply click the Google Play Store icon here and then click install, and it will go through the installation process. I'm not actually going to do that here, but you will end up with an icon on your phone on GrapheneOS that you can then click, log into Google, and just download apps like you would if you were using regular old Android. Now here is a little bit of information as to what is the difference between using Google Play Services on Graphene versus using Google Play Services, say, on the version of Android that came with your Google Pixel. And the difference is this. With regular old Android, all your apps are sandboxed, which means apps generally cannot talk to other apps. Now, there's an exception here, and that is with the Google Play Store app itself. The Google Play Store app itself, yes, it's technically sandboxed, but Google has allowed the Google Play Store app to have elevated privileges beyond your control, which kind of defeats the purpose of having a sandbox to begin with, but they need to do this in order to support their own ecosystem and their business model, which is gathering data. And so with GrapheneOS, the Google Play Services or the Google Play app itself is truly sandboxed, which means you could actually go in and disable internet access and network access. You could make sure it does not have access to your camera and various sensors on your GrapheneOS Pixel device, right? And so that is a little bit of the difference there. I guess the big ones that I can explain to you. And so that matters, right? So in a way, with GrapheneOS, you could use the Google Play Store, install the apps you want, and then basically revoke all of its access. So you can use the Google Play Store app in that context, okay? And so you can see here that the GrapheneOS development team has included this in their app store because this is the quickest way to get users up and going and using GrapheneOS as their daily driver. So that's pretty much it for actually installing the Google Play Store and installing apps on your GrapheneOS that way. So what we're going to talk about now is a couple other app stores. We're going to install what's called Aurora Store. So Aurora Store is very similar to the Google Play Store, except you don't have to log in. So it downloads all the Android app installers from the Google servers, but you don't actually have to log in, which is kind of cool. And so in this demonstration, I'm going to show you how to actually download something from the internet and install it directly, which is going to be the actual Aurora store itself. So I'm going to open up the Vanadium web browser here. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm going to search in DuckDuckGo for Aurora store. It's got it right here. And what you're looking for is AuroraOSS.com is their store, okay? And you have to be careful, and this is a kind of a good example of why downloading APK, Android package installers, can be dangerous, right? So the top one here says Aurora Store APK for Android download, and you can see that it comes from apkpure.com. Maybe that's a legit site, maybe it's not, but there are a ton of stores out there that will give you direct access to APKs. But if you don't trust the store, or if it's not a known store, you don't know what they have injected into that APK. It could be malware, it could be viruses, and you can end up having your GrapheneOS phone compromised if you're not careful where you're downloading these. And to be fair, it's not just GrapheneOS, it's Android as well, because you can install APKs directly on a regular Android Google Pixel device, just like you can with Graphene. So it's nothing Graphene related, it's just the way it is when it comes to Android. So if you scroll down, you'll see store.aurooss.com. I'm going to click that search result. And then we're going to end up on their website. And then what I'm going to do is click their little logo there. It looks like the triangle, just to take me to the home page, right? So this is the main home page for the Aurora store. I have it zoomed in here so I can see a little bit better, and so to help you all see a little bit better. And then there's the drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner, and then there's this downloads link. You can click that. Scroll down a little bit, and you'll see a file folder structure here. We're looking for the Aurora store, so we're going to click that. And then we want a main release, right, an actual release. And then as of this video, 4.8.3 is the latest release, so I'm going to click that. It's going to pop up and say, where do you want to download the APK? It's going in the downloads folder by default, so I'm going to click download. And then what I can do is swipe up and minimize the web browser. I'm going to swipe up again from the middle of the phone, and you can see here we have a files icon. There's a file browser app. And you can see here the Aurora Store APK file is right here. Actually, you can go in here and click this icon over here to get a little bit different view. So it's Aurora Store 4.8.3.apk. I can tap that. And then we can just go through the process of installing this Aurora Store from the APK. We're going to click Continue. Install this app. I'm going to click Install. Take a few seconds here to get it installed. Now it is done. We can click Done. I'm going to go ahead and minimize the downloads folder, and you can see now that we have an actual Aurora app icon. So I can tap that icon, and then I can go ahead and go through the onboarding process for the Aurora store. I'm just going to click Skip though and just accept all the defaults. And then you'll notice here you can sign in with Google, or you can use it anonymously, and that's why I like Aurora Store. So I can click the anonymous button. It creates a new session for you to connect to its app store. And now you can download all the apps that are generally available in the Google Play Store right from the Aurora Store, except you don't have to log in. Yeah, you're still technically connecting to Google servers, but it's a whole heck of a lot less telemetry being sent up to their cloud than if you just use Aurora Store, right? And you can see here, you can just go to any number of these apps, such as Instagram or whatever, click install, and you're up and going. Now, I will say this, not a lot of, or I shouldn't say not a lot of, there are some apps that just refuse to work with GrapheneOS. And I don't mean technologically, I mean they quite literally will pop up a message and say, GrapheneOS is not a supported operating system, or your operating system is not supported. And you have to kind of question that, right? Why would you not want your app to run on a more secured version of Android, right? A more private version. It just doesn't make any sense. So you will get that from time to time. I find this to be the case. I've seen people reporting a lot of banking apps, a lot of crypto apps, stuff like that. So again, you might get some of those messages, and this is just going to have to be something that you're going to have to work around, right? It's not like every single app is going to work perfectly on GrapheneOS. GrapheneOS is always battling the naysayers. They're always battling big tech because, again, a lot of these companies want to be able to get all that data from you to sell or to use for their own selves, for marketing purposes, so on and so forth. So I just want to kind of put that out there that you could run into some issues, but generally speaking, I haven't run into any issues that won't let me use the device. I've been able to use every app out there that I use my phone for, right? and I have not yet had to give anything up. But anyways, speech over, enough with the talking. Let's go ahead and show you kind of one other app store out there, an app store that I use. I'm going to open up my web browser again. I'm going to go ahead and search for F-Droid. And it looks like F-Droid is the first option here, f-droid.org. I'm going to click that link. Scroll down a little bit and you'll see download F-Droid right on their homepage. Click that. Where do you want to install it? Again, it's the same process as the Aurora store, right? We're downloading the APK and then we're installing it, and then it's giving us access to another app store that's even separate from Aurora. So F-Droid is essentially a free and open source Android app catalog or app store, if you will. And so they have tons of free and open source apps out there that you can download and use, all kinds of different stuff out there, right? Pretty much anything that you can imagine. There most likely is probably an open source app for that. No recent apps found. We got to go to updates, updating repositories, right? So it's downloading the catalog to your phone. And now you can go over to categories and start browsing all the different kind of apps that they have on here. You know, calendar apps, notepad apps, this and that. There's all kinds of stuff in here. It's a very secure way to get free and open source apps, right? Open source is awesome, but sometimes there can be some, I guess you can say, unforeseen risks with downloading Android apps that are free and open source directly from the developers, because sometimes those developers have a breach in security, and sometimes malicious code is injected into their open source code, right? And then that gets generated into an installer, and now you have a compromised app on your phone, which is essentially compromising your phone, right? So again, using app stores is really important, but it's up to you, right? It depends on how you want to use your GrapheneOS phone. If you just have no trust in the system whatsoever, and you trust the developers that you're getting your APKs from, your direct installers, so be it. More power to you. And that's the whole point of GrapheneOS, is it's giving you that option in those choices to install, download and install apps on GrapheneOS how you want to, right? And there is no right way to this, right? It all depends on the context and the reasons and how you use GrapheneOS. So again, that is essentially how you download and install apps for GrapheneOS. You can get your Signal app messenger this way. They have a direct link. Proton offers direct link to APKs. So there are ways you can install apps without actually having to touch some of the big tech cloud infrastructure that's out there. However, you just gotta kind of, I guess you say, play it a little bit safe when you're doing that, because you just never know if you're getting something malicious, especially if it's an unknown app that maybe does something that you've been looking for a while, right? So just be a little bit careful out there. Folks, that's all I got for you in this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.